Good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome to Tuesday, July 6th. And glad to be back in the office today after a couple of days of downtime. I hope you had a great 4th of July holiday as we get ready to talk with Scotty here as Dave's on vacation. We do have some movement in oil prices, gas prices. I don't know if you noticed them at the pump, but we'll talk about that and more when Scotty comes online here coming up in just a minute. But before we do that, the question is, how much risk do you have in your portfolio? Because that is important. We need to know what our risk numbers look like in order to make sure the closer we get to retirement, the better off we're going to be. So if you don't know what your risk number is, please, please, please give us a call and let's walk through that process so that you know what your risk number is. You know how much risk you have in your current portfolio, and you can make changes if they are necessary. Maybe they're not, but if you don't know, how can you know how to adjust your portfolio to make sure it matches up with your risk tolerance? So, hey, give me a call at 863-382-0037 to discuss your financial x-ray. With that, we've got Scotty up next.
5.0 Light FM. Pat Benatar will be along in a jiffy. It's 8:38. Phillip's on the line. Let's head to Statler Financial Services in Sebring. How are you, Phillip?
Hey, good morning, Scotty. Doing well today. I hope that you and your family had a great 4th of July weekend. I know we did. And but it's back to July now, and the markets are open today.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure you got a lot for us today. A lot going on, I bet.
Well, it's just the start of earnings season, so we don't have much in the way of earnings yet. But
Okay.
but we do have some news pots coming out here and there, and the big news is I guess we should probably start off with Friday's closes. That might be the smart thing to do. So let's kind of look at where we ended up the week last week and where we're starting from today. And so the Dow was up almost 0.5% on Friday. It closed at 34,786, up 153 points. The NASDAQ was up 0.8% to 14,639, up almost 117 points. And the S&P 500 up 0.75% to 4352, up $32. And let's just talk about the S&P 500 for a minute. It had 7 straight record highs in the last 7 days. So it was screaming up this last week or so. So some good news on that front. Now, as we kind of look at economic news, because there's just not much happening yet. You know, we don't have earnings coming out much yet. There's not much economic news coming out until Thursday. We'll get unemployment claims. And that's really about it for this week. So it's kind of slim pickings. But the big news topic today is going to be oil. You know, I was coming in this morning. I passed by the convenience store where the gas station, $2.99.9. Now, in my book, that's $3, Scotty.
Pretty close. Yep.
So, and when I was at Vero Beach on Friday, we paid $3.04. So we've crossed over. In the whole oil deal, we look at where it is right this minute. It's at $75.87 a barrel right now. That's up almost 1% from where it closed on Friday. It continues to move upward, and so OPEC had a meeting yesterday, and it did not go well. As oil prices continue to hit about a 6-year high right now. They didn't come to any kind of agreement, and so we continue to see oil prices going up. You know, and I think it was about April of last year, OPEC took nearly 10 million barrels a day out of production. So they cut their production by 10 million barrels a day, which is a big, big number. Now we're seeing them. They put a proposal on the table, but it didn't pass. They were trying to increase production by 400 million barrels a day. And that would have been good. That would have kept oil prices, pretty steady. But at this point, they're saying that within the week or so, we could see oil prices up over $80 a barrel. Um,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
and that's a big deal. Matter of fact, when we look at kind of what's happening to some of the oil stocks, um, we've got things like the S&P oil and gas ETF, which is where you can buy the different oil companies all in um, one ETF stock. It's up 1% this morning. We had Occidental Petroleum up 1.2. We have ConocoPhillips up about 0.7%. So all those companies are getting some help from this increase in oil prices. However, you and I, it's not helping us one bit.
Sure. Yeah. So where's it going to top out, Philip? What do you think?
Who knows? I mean, before the pandemic and before the economic decline, we had seen oil prices up almost to $100 a barrel, if not at $100 a barrel. So they're talking about we could get close to that again at the way things sit right now. If OPEC and the OPEC plus, which is their allies, can't come to some kind of agreement, um, we could continue to see oil prices going up, which is not good for us, especially over the
Yeah.
summertime,
Yeah.
when everybody's traveling and gas prices continue to be
Right.
moving in the wrong direction, is what I would call it.
Right. So you think triple digit oil could be the new normal as we go
I
forward?
hope I would hate to say it's a new normal. I mean, I think we could maybe get there
Uh,
if OPEC can't come to an agreement.
right.
And obviously, we hope that doesn't happen. We hope that they can come to some kind of agreement um, here shortly. Just nothing else, just to kind of give us a little peace of mind that oil prices aren't going to go crazy
Right.
as we look at that. But that's one of the main things right now is oil. Because the other thing I saw is that there's some concern right now over the futures. That this oil crunch could have an effect on the stock market, the S&P and the Nasdaq and the Dow. If oil prices continue to go up, that could put pressure on the market, and it could throw us into a little bit of a tailspin. We could see that 10% correction come sooner than any of us want to see it come if we continue to see oil prices going up.
Gotcha. All right. All right.
But
Well, what else you got for us? Got some good news today, Philip?
I wish I could find some good news, Scotty. I keep looking. Um, but we do have, this is a short week on Wall Street,
Sure.
because everybody had yesterday off, and so we'll see how things time out. And again, there's not much economic news, so we're going to be trading on what I call rumors, really, because nobody's going to have any economic news really coming out. There's not going to be much in the way of earnings. I mean, there's a few companies that will come out this week, but not the onslaught that we'll have in the coming month. So
Okay.
with that, we just kind of got to look at where we are to start this week out, and it's a mixed bag. We've got the S&P 500 and the Dow actually down a tens, right? The Dow's down $23, which is less than a tenth of a percent. The S&P 500 is down a buck, way less than a tenth of a percent. The only green spot I have in the indexes is the Nasdaq. It's up about 0.2%, and the Russell 2000's up a little over a tenth of a percent. So a little bit of green ink there. If we look at commodities, we got silver and gold both trading up. I think that's probably on the back of oil. Silver not huge. It's up. I mean, it is huge. It's up 1.2%, but it still hasn't crossed back over that $27 an ounce yet. It's at 26.81.
Okay.
Gold, however, is making some steam. It's up 1.6%, and it has crossed over that $1,800 an ounce threshold. It's up to $1,811 an ounce right now. So making some progress there. And then, like I said, crude oil up 0.75% right now, $75.71. It was up to overnight, it was up to almost $76 a barrel. So we'll keep an eye on that as we continue this week and hope OPEC can get something put together. But all of this goes to the fact that we don't know what's going to happen in the marketplace. None of us really do, Scotty. And that's why it's so important that people understand how much risk they have in their portfolio. And so if you don't know, and you're 5 years out from retirement, it is really important that you know what your risk number is. Give us a call and let us help walk you through that process. 863-382-0037. Check out our website at statlerfinancial.com. And then join us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk, 730.
All right. Always a pleasure. Hey, stay dry, Phillip, and we'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
All right, buddy. You too.
All right. It's Phillip at Statler Financial Services in Sebring.
From the pitch.
Hey, again, folks, I hope that you guys had a great 4th of July weekend. We are starting out this third quarter with a slow start, a little rocky start, if you will, as we look for economic data to start to come in. Hey, again, if you don't know how much risk you have in your portfolio, if you don't know what your risk number is on a scale of 1 to 100, please give us a call and let us help you determine what that number is and make sure that your current portfolio lines up with the amount of risk that you can handle. 863-382-0037. Hey, until tomorrow, have a great day. Stay dry.